Lauro, is it true that you're going to get married? And not just to anyone, but to the daughter of an entrepreneur?
What? Mother?
So, when is she coming to visit us for our permission?
What do you mean, permission?
Permission for the marriage, of course. So, when is it going to be?
We're not going to be visiting you.
What? You're not coming to visit?
Of course we aren't. What makes you think we'd come visit you? Didn't I already tell you 8 years ago when I left that I'd never be coming back unless it was some sort of huge emergency?
What? You're seriously not coming? I mean, I guess this isn't an emergency or anything, but this is still an important moment in your life, right? Come on, Lauro. You're our son. Are you seriously not going to let us be a part of something as important as your marriage?
I may be your son by law, but you guys aren't an important part of my life anymore. I put all of that behind when I left. You guys are basically just a bad memory to me now. Anyways, I've already told you multiple times, but I have no intention of coming home.
Huh? Come on, Lauro. Why don't we just forget about all of that? You said it yourself. It's the past, right? Why don't we just start over anew as a happy family again?
I don't remember ever being a happy family. Seriously, can't you tell how I feel by how the only point of contact I have with you anymore is WhatsApp? I'm not you and Dad's puppet anymore. 8 years ago, I left you guys on the condition that I'd pay for the 30,000 euros of debt you two had. At that moment, I decided that not only would I never return to that house, but I'd never even return to that hometown. I was famous back there for being left to my own devices by my parents, and I don't have any friends because of it, which is why there's nothing tying me to that place anymore.
You say all that, but I see right through what you're planning, Lauro. To be honest, I'm impressed. Well, you are our son after all.
Huh? What in the world are you talking about?
Never mind. I understand what you wanted to tell me very well in this conversation. Do whatever you want. Get married for all I care.
You don't have to tell me. I'm going to get married with or without your permission. Bye. Hi, Rosita. Is now a good time?
Oh, hi, Lauro. What is it?
There's something urgent I want to talk to you about.
I'm in the train right now, so it's fine if it's by text. What's the matter?
You see, my parents found out that I'm going to get married.
What? But I thought you had cut ties with them and were careful that the information wouldn't leak.
Yeah, it looks like I was just really unlucky. You see, they just sent me a text earlier. This is just a guess, but I'm thinking that they find out through my aunt, who happened to have business with our company recently.
Oh, your aunt that believes that relatives should always stick with each other no matter what?
Yeah, that aunt. The one that keeps bugging me to make up with my parents and start things over with them. Seriously, why can't she just mind her own business? Anyways, I didn't notice, but apparently she saw me passing by while she was in the waiting room of our office. That's when she got a hold of one of our employees who didn't know about my parents and skillfully made him tell her everything about our marriage. Jesus, she really messed up big this time.
I see. It looks like it was pretty bad timing then.
Tell me about it. My parents didn't object to our marriage, but I got the feeling by how my mum was talking that she was up to something. I'm worried they might try and do something crazy now that they know about us. And I'm especially worried about you, since it seems that they know who you are now as well.
Do you think it's a good idea if we don't see each other in public for the time being?
I thought that as well, but that is the demerit of them having the chance to approach you while you're on your own. Seriously, what should we do about this?
Why don't we just turn in the marriage papers tomorrow?
Huh?
I think the best thing to do is to move our plans forward as much as possible, so that everything will be over before they have time to react.
That's a good idea. My mum and dad may seem like idiots, but they won't hesitate to act when a chance to steal some of my money's involved. They could already be on their way here for all I know. Well, let's turn in the marriage papers tomorrow then. It's not like the exact date we get married actually matters, right? Yeah, Well, it's best that we take care of things as fast as possible now that they know about our marriage.
Alright. Meet me at the city hall tomorrow after we're done with work.
Yeah, got it. Sorry I have to go through this trouble just because of my parents.
Don't worry about it. It's not just your parents that are troublesome after all.
Thanks. It really makes me feel better hearing you say that.
No problem. See you tomorrow then.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
Lauro? Why are you running away from us? But I only wanted to celebrate my son getting married, which is why I was waiting for you outside the city hall. You're so mean getting a taxi and running away from us like that.
You weren't waiting for me outside the city hall, but you followed me there from my office, didn't you? You probably heard from your sister about where I work, but the only person I talked to about turning in the marriage papers today was my wife, which means that you must have followed me.
So you found out. Well, there's no need to be so mad, is there, though? I mean, we basically already made up, right?
I don't know if you're joking or not, but just stop. I have no intention of getting back together with you two.
Come on, stop trying to act all tough. I mean, I understand very well now that even you, at the end of the day, are just someone who loves money.
Huh? What in the world are you talking about?
Your wife is the only daughter of an entrepreneur, right? Not only that, but she lost both her parents in an accident 2 years ago and was left with a massive inheritance.
Yeah, and what about that?
Lauro, it touches me to know that you care for us so deeply.
Seriously, what the fuck are you talking about?
You did amazing, Lauro. You're a genius, my son. Now that you guys are married, she's ours. My God, if only I had known sooner that I had given birth to a prodigy.
Would you please tell me first what you're talking about?
The wife's money is also the husband's money, right? And the son's money is also the parents' money. Which means that your wife's money is now ours. We're filthy rich now, Lauro, and it's all thanks to you.
No, that's not why I married her.
Come on, Lauro. There's no need to hide your true self to me. After all, I am your mother, right? Why don't the three of us use your wife's money to live a life of luxury from now on? But first, we need to do something about this debt of ours.
You seriously got into debt again?
Who cares if I got into debt again? We're going to pay it off with your wife's money. So could you please give me 100,000 euros from your wife's bank account?
100,000 euros?
You see, we were told by the strange man that if we gave him money, he'd give it back tenfold. And so me and your dad both gave him 5,000 euros for a total of 10,000 euros. We thought that it was an investment, but the money wouldn't quite return for some reason. We thought that we just needed to give him a bit more money, and before we knew it, I had spent 100,000 euros.
What the fuck are you doing? That's a scam no matter how you look at it. Seriously, you fell for something as easily seen through as that and threw away 100,000 euros. Just how much of a scumbag are you two?
Come now, don't get so mad, Lauro. Even me and your dad went pale when we found out that we were 100,000 euros in debt, but now we have your wife's money. I'm so glad you were kind enough to catch her for us, Lauro. Of course, we won't be so barbaric as to ask you two to let us live with you. Just give us 100,000 euros for now, and that's it. You probably won't hear from us again for a few months at least. Come on, don't be so selfish. 100,000 euros is probably nothing for someone like her, right? No one is going to gain from you holding back her money from us like this. All you'd be doing is making your parents disappointed in you, for no good reason at that.
To think that someone like this is my parent. It makes me so embarrassed that I'd like my body replaced for another, if possible.
What?
I didn't pick my wife so that you two could pay off your debts.
Don't tell me, but Are you seriously so selfish as to use all that money for yourself and not give us any? I'm not going to forgive something as unfair as that, Lauro.
Say whatever you want. All I want is to have a happy family with my wife. There's no space for toxic parents like you in our family.
You ungrateful brat. I'm the one who gave birth to you, so technically everything you have is thanks to me, you know.
Hi, Rosita, sorry about earlier.
Oh, hi, Lauro.
Did anything happen to you once the taxi dropped you off at the station? I don't think my parents have the resources to hire other people to catch you, but...
Yeah, I'm fine, but I got on the train just like you told me, and...
Sorry, but I need you to stay on the train a bit longer. I'm going to reserve a room for you at the business hotel near the airport. So could you wait for me there until I come for you?
Alright. I can reserve a hotel room on my own, you know. I'll tell you once I decide which hotel I'm going to be staying at.
Sorry, you're right.
What are you going to be doing?
I've already finished preparing for our departure, but since we were only supposed to depart on the morning of the day after tomorrow, I left my passport and plane tickets at home. I need to go back first.
Yep, you can't get a flight without those.
Still though, to think that they were actually already on their way here yesterday when we had our conversation. Looks like I underestimated their determination when it came to stealing my money. I'm lucky that today was the last day at the office and the final few days until I resign. I'm going to be working remotely. Even my office laptop I have right now, they said I could just return to them by mail after I resign. I'll just hide somewhere until I flight and wait this out.
Is it alright if you're texting me like this right now? I have the feeling that your parents are looking for you as we speak.
It's alright. See, I've already left the house and now in an internet cafe. I'm pretty sure they won't find me here as I'm currently hiding in one of the most crowded areas of the city.
Really? That's good, I guess. I'm currently in an internet cafe right now. I told my company about what was happening, and they said I could work remotely from a hotel or something until our day of departure.
Oh, that's so? We're lucky the companies we work at are so understanding, eh? Seriously, I don't think that many employers would just believe it when you said your mother-in-law was chasing you so you had to hide.
Yeah, alright. I'll contact you again when I reserve a hotel room. Take care, alright?
Yeah, you too.
Lauro, where are you right now? We didn't have a place to stay tonight, so we thought that we would stay at your house, but you weren't there. Your dad got angry and he started banging on the door, and so one of your neighbors called the police on us. Thankfully, I was able to calm him down and drag him away before the police came, though.
You know even where I'll live?
Yup, my sister told me.
Huh? Your sister again? Seriously, just how resourceful is that woman if she could find my house like this? Does she have experience working at a detective agency or something?
Actually, she has, but that's not the point. I should have asked her to tell me last night and not today, since it seems it was already too late. Last night was a mess as well, you know. We used up almost all of our remaining money to get here, so we had to sleep in a park. We don't have any money anymore, so just hurry up and come home so you can let us in.
I don't live in that house anymore.
Huh? Oh, did you move to your wife's mansion or something like that? Alright, if that's the case, then we'll go there as well. Just tell me what the address is.
No, my wife already sold her mansion. She won't be able to sleep there tonight either.
What? She sold it? Why?
I don't know, ask her yourself because the two of us already got divorced.
Huh? But you only got married yesterday. What do you mean you got divorced? And here I thought that you were some sort of prodigy. I take everything nice I said to you back.
Don't blame me, because it's you and Dad's fault, you know. I mean, your eyes lit up with joy at the thought of her money, even though she was standing right in front of you, and you kept sending those texts of yours even though my wife was sitting right next to me. And at the end, you even told me about your €100,000 of debt. Of course she'd want to divorce me. even if she liked me or whatever.
What? Couldn't your wife just take 100,000 euros out of her bank account and give it to us? 100,000 euros is nothing for her, right? Wow, what a selfish woman this ex-wife of yours is.
It's much better than a greedy parent whose only thought is of stealing your money, though.
What? Greedy? Me? But all I'm asking for is 100,000 euros to pay off our debt. Don't you think it's only natural for a son to pay off his parents' debt in situations like this?
So you don't even realise you're greedy? No, I don't think that asking your son to pay off all your debts for you is natural. Besides, my wife doesn't have 100,000 euros, so he wouldn't be able to give it to you even if he wanted to.
Huh? But I thought that she was the only daughter of an entrepreneur, and that she lost both her parents in an accident 2 years ago. She must have enough money to support the 4 of us for the rest of our lives, right?
No, actually, she's not swimming in money. You see, my late father-in-law had 3 other children with his first wife.
What?
You probably want to say now that even then she would have received a quarter of the inheritance, right? But see, my wife gave up her right of laying a claim on the inheritance.
What?
Apparently it's going to be a huge hassle for her since she was the daughter of her father's second wife. And it's not like she was in poverty and couldn't support herself or anything. Neither is she the type to waste money. Which is also why she doesn't want to have anything to do with scumbags like you and Dad who take out loans as if it was nothing and at the end of the day end up nothing but the dredges of society.
She called us the dredges of society? Hold on, Lauro. You need to hand over this ex-wife of yours to us. Not only did she not lay claim to her father's inheritance, but now she's insulting us? There's no way I'm going to just let this go.
I already told you we got divorced. There's nothing I can do to her anymore.
Fine, if that's the case, then you do something about our 100,000 euros of debt. The debt of the parents is the debt of the children.
Right, and which fucking law says that exactly? Oh, it looks like it's about time for me to get started on the work I had left to do.
Which means that you're in your office right now, right?
No, I'm working remotely today.
What? Remote work?
Yeah, which is why I don't have to actually be at the office to work. Today was my last day at the office and I'm going to be working remotely until the day of my resignation.
You're resigning?
I'll say this in advance, but since I've only been working here for a few years, the money I'm going to receive for the resignation, basically just a small gift. Please don't rely on my money, because I'm going to be unemployed soon.
Wow, I didn't expect this, I guess.
Alright, this is the last time I'm going to be contacting you, I guess.
But you were our last hope.
Bye.
How are we supposed to give back the 100,000 euros now?
First of all, I think I need to clarify that part about me and Rosita getting divorced was just a lie to buy us some time. It was a ploy to make my parents give up completely after I told them that Rosita didn't actually inherit any money from her father. I normally don't condone lying even to people I dislike, but this was my parents who we were dealing with, so I made an exception. A few days after this, I met my wife Rosita, who was waiting for me at the airport. We headed for England, where it was decided a few months ago that my wife would be relocated as part of her job. By the way, the part about me becoming unemployed was also a lie. I used the experience and knowledge I gained while working at my previous job to become a freelance worker, so I'm not actually unemployed. It was 3 weeks later when my parents found out that I'd lied to them. It seems that they intend to make me pay for their debt no matter what, and for some reason have brought along my aunt with them, and are currently searching for me in the capital city. Apparently both my parents and my aunt suddenly disappeared without a trace one day, but since I already cut ties with them, I'm really not interested in what happened after that.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hi, sister. Thanks for getting divorced with Giorgio for me. I'm glad you realized that I was just the better woman for him and stepped aside. Rosella, you've got some nerve contacting me like this. What? But I just came to tell you that we turned in the marriage papers to the city hall. We're husband and wife now. And what makes you think I wanted to know that? I mean, this is a happiness that couldn't have been achieved without your help, so I thought I would share it with you. Oops, sorry. I forgot that you lost your own happiness because of it. Oh, I'm so insensitive. Forgive me. I was just so happy myself that I forgot to think about what you felt. As an apology, I promise to find long-lasting happiness with Giorgio, so forgive me, all right? Do whatever you want. I don't care. I don't need a cheating man who's so easily seduced by someone like you anyways. I know that you went after Giorgio because he works at a large trading company and has a large salary as well, but I pity you and all other women like you who can only find love by stealing other people's boyfriends. Huh? What even is that? Aren't you being a bit too mean? It's not my fault that the two of us were meant for each other. The fact that you got so angry at what I said means that you are at least a little self-conscious about it, aren't you? Shut up! You're just jealous of me because guys don't find you attractive, but they find me attractive. I don't want to be told something like that by someone who's only interested in hand-me-downs from other women. Seriously, have you ever even thought about it like that? Oh, what did you just say to me? It's not my fault if guys find me more attractive than other women. And it's not like I steal their boyfriends. It's more that they come to me voluntarily. Right. Well, I guess you're right in at least one thing. Every boyfriend you stole until now was a cheating piece of scum. To be honest, I actually think you're doing a favor to all those girls whose boyfriends you stole by taking their trash boyfriend away from them. Anyways, I need to unpack my stuff now since I moved. I don't have the time to talk with an idiot like you, so bye. Huh? What's your deal even? Why are you acting all arrogant towards me like that? You're just the woman Giorgio threw away. I swear I'll become so happy with him that you'll start crying when you see us next. Hi, sister. You received the invitation to me and Giorgio's wedding, right? Hurry up and reply to it, will you? Oh, I guess I don't even need to tell you this, but make sure you reply saying that you'll come, okay? You see, I'm going to make you give us a wedding gift of a huge amount of money. I got the wedding invitation through our parents' house, but why do I need to come to your wedding? Besides, all of our relatives and even your friends from our hometown know already that you stole my fiancé from me. You're still going to have a wedding ceremony despite that? I'm impressed. Just where exactly did you throw away your sense of shame? Or did you seriously just think that they wouldn't think anything of how you just stole my fiancé like that? And none of that matters as long as the two of us love each other. They'll have no choice but to accept our wedding when they see how happy the two of us are with each other. Is that so? Oh, that reminds me. I told you this earlier, but you're the loser of this fight, so I'm going to make you give me a wedding gift of a huge amount of money. I'm going to make you give me 30,000 euros to be exact. Huh? What fight? The fight over Giorgio, of course. Once you see how madly in love the two of us are with each other, you'll just give up and give us the 30,000 euros. Who knows? You might be able to forget about all of this and move on. I'm not coming to your wedding. Seriously, what made you think that I'd want to come, Rosella? You were always like this, never caring about how other people felt and always just assuming that the world revolved around you. What? But are you sure you don't want to come? If you don't, you're never going to move on from this, and you're going to regret not coming. I have no regrets over a man like Giorgio. On the other hand, I actually pity you, Rosella, to think that you're about to marry an idiot like him. What? Just because you're mad that I stole him from you doesn't mean you can insult him like that. You're such a mean person, Sophia. If that's what you think, then isn't it better that you just don't invite me to your wedding? After all, I am just a mean person that's not going to celebrate it anyways. What are you talking about? There's no point in having a wedding if you're not going to be there, idiot. We're going to be hosting this wedding ceremony specifically to crown the satisfaction I received by stealing Giorgio from you. There's no point if you're not there to see it, right? Huh? So this wedding ceremony is going to crown your idiocracy then? All right, then I think I'll plan a little something of my own too. Oh, so that means you're going to come to the wedding, right? Please show me your best pitiful loser face at the wedding, okay? We'll give you a seat at the front row at the wedding reception. Look forward to it, all right? Hey, Sophia! The day is finally here, isn't it? Today is me and Giorgio's wedding! Finally! I've been waiting for this day so long. I hope you brought the 30,000 euro wedding gift as promised. Oh, and just like I told you, you're going to be sitting in the front row at our wedding reception. I thought that if I didn't do that, then you would probably just try and hide in the back, but I'm not going to let my own sister do that at my wedding. All right. I'm going to be changing into my wedding dress for Giorgio now, so see you later. Try not to throw a tantrum when you see the two of us exchange vows, all right? Sophia, what do you mean you aren't at the wedding venue? Canceling without a notice is considered impolite, you know. And it's not just you, even. Why is 90% of the people I invited not here? But they said that they would come. Even Mom and Dad aren't here. Our aunt and uncle and our cousins as well, and none of them came. Hold on. Is this your doing, Sophia? Did you tell all of them to reply to my wedding invitation saying that they'd come but not actually come to the wedding or something? You were supposed to give me a wedding gift of 30,000 euros, right? And to think I was planning on using the money I received from everyone's wedding gifts to pay for the wedding. I need your 30,000 euros especially. Jesus. It's fine if you don't come to the wedding anymore. Just deposit the 30,000 euros to my bank account. Sister, sorry, but I actually need you to give me 50,000 euros now. I'm adding 20,000 euros as an alimony for ruining our wedding, which was supposed to be the start of our happiness. Speaking of alimonies. Oh, Sophia, finally you replied. So, like I already said, I need you to deposit 50,000 euros to my bank account. I'm not going to be giving you any money, Rosella. On the other hand, though, when are you going to pay the alimony that you owe me? What? What in the world are you talking about? Did you forget that I asked both you and Giorgio for an alimony of 30,000 euros? You see, Giorgio told me to wait until you two had your wedding, but that's today, isn't it? Can I take that to mean that you're going to pay the alimony as soon as possible? What? But I don't know anything about that. Oh, so you didn't hear anything from Giorgio? No, he didn't tell me anything about an alimony. Besides, why do we even have to pay you an alimony in the first place? I mean, Giorgio is your ex-fiance, right? And since now the two of us are married, he's also your brother-in-law. You're seriously going to be so evil and heartless as to make a family member pay you an alimony? You're a sick person, Sophia. You've got some nerve calling me sick after you just stole my fiancé and are now asking me to give you 50,000 euros as a wedding gift. It doesn't matter whether it's my sister or not. I can legally ask an alimony from you two for Giorgio cheating on me to be with you instead. Huh? But I already told you that it's not my fault that the two of us were meant for each other. What is so wrong about wanting to be with your soulmate? Your soulmate, huh? Well, I guess you've lasted longer with Giorgio than any other boyfriend of yours until now. It's still only been a few months, though, so we'll see. Hold on. Don't tell me. But did you think that you would somehow be able to get away without having to pay an alimony if it's your sister's fiancé you stole? Did you think that you were so lucky he was my fiancé or something? I mean, you're my sister. And you're Giorgio's ex-fiancé as well. I thought that alimonies didn't work when the person you were asking one for was your family. Just where did you get that information? Seriously, you know you could have just looked it up on the internet or something, right? It doesn't matter who it is. If they cheated on me, of course I'm going to make them pay me an alimony. This is your apology for betraying me, and the thing that will crown my revenge towards you. What do you mean, crown your revenge? But me and Giorgio were supposed to find happiness. You're going to be so mean as to ruin that for us? Yes. Sorry, but I'm no saint that's going to just forgive you two for what you did, Rosella. Besides, who doesn't want 30,000 euros? And seriously, you're the one who's going to call me mean? Didn't you just try hosting a wedding ceremony as a way to crown your superiority over me, but ended up failing miserably? I got off topic, though. Just tell me, when are you going to pay me the alimony? Don't ask me. I didn't hear anything about this. Fine, then ask Giorgio when he's going to pay the alimony. You go and ask him yourself. Yeah, but it's going to be such a hassle for me. You're with him right now, aren't you? Just go to where he is right now and explain the situation to him. But Giorgio said that there was somewhere he needed to go first, and I haven't seen him since arriving at the wedding venue. I'll ask him when I get home. Sophia, could you just forget about the alimony we owe you? You see, about the 30,000 euros I was supposed to pay you for your alimony, I used it to pay for the wedding expenses. What? I told you about how almost none of the people I invited to the wedding actually came, right? And how because of that, I didn't get as much money as wedding gifts that I had expected. I was counting on that money to pay for the wedding, but it didn't come, so I started looking for some money when I found an envelope with 30,000 euros in cash in Giorgio's bag. I thought to myself, oh, so he already had the money to pay for the wedding prepared then. And so I gave that money to the staff at the wedding venue, and... So you gave his money to the hosters of the wedding venue without even asking Giorgio first what it was, huh? That was supposed to be the money he would use to pay for the alimony I was asking from him, I suppose. Yeah. He got mad at me because he said he was intending on handing over that money to our parents' house on the way home from our wedding. But the wedding expenses were 30,000 euros as well, and I didn't know about the alimony, so it was only natural to think it was the money for the wedding, right? I mean, anyone would have done the same thing in my position. Actually, I think that most people wouldn't just take 30,000 euros from their partner's bag and just hand it over to someone else without their permission first. Because judging by what you just told me, you just looked around in Giorgio's bag and took his stuff without asking him, right? But he's my husband. His money is my money as well now, right? Well, not exactly. Based on what I heard from another person, it seems that Giorgio sold some of the more expensive plastic models in his collection to get that money. But even that still wasn't enough, so he borrowed money from some of his friends as well to get that 30,000 euros. What? But I thought that he was rich. He works at a large trading company, doesn't he? Well, apparently, I guess not. He was always careless with his money, now that I think about it. By the way, apparently he believed you when you told him that you would take care of the wedding expenses on your own. But the truth was that you were just relying on the 30,000 euros I was going to give you, right? But I didn't hear anything about this prior. How should I have known? So did you talk to Giorgio about what you were going to do about the 30,000 euros you owe me? You guys are married, so it's probably not going to be a case of theft, but I heard that Giorgio got all giddy about his marriage with you and made a huge mistake during work, getting fired for it last month, right? Isn't that why he didn't have the money to pay off the alimony immediately? It seems like you're in a pretty difficult situation right now. Giorgio is currently unemployed and looking for a new job, while you don't even have the slightest intention to look for a job yourself. Yet you have to pay me 30,000 euros by, well, today. You don't need to remind me. I already know that I'm in a difficult situation. I think we might even get divorced soon. What is his problem even? I mean, he's the one who works at a large trading company, not me. Shouldn't he have just paid for both the wedding and the alimony like it was nothing? I'm not interested in your marital affairs, Rosella. Complain to him about that, not me. The fact that you still owe me 30,000 euros hasn't changed. What? You're still going to make us pay 30,000 euros when all of this other shit is happening to me? Of course. It's none of my business what's currently happening to you. But I don't have any money. Like I said, that's none of my business. You'll just have to get it somehow. You're being so mean, Sophia. I thought you were my sister. We were only ever sisters by blood, Rosella. I remember ever since you entered elementary school, you would always tease me for being ugly, and that continued all the way to, well, now. Besides, it's your fault for hosting a wedding ceremony even though you don't have any money. What? So what if we had a wedding ceremony? You're not going to let us even do that? Who do you think we are? Some sort of couple in poverty? But didn't you just say yourself that you didn't have any money? Neither of you currently have a job as well, so if that isn't poverty, I don't know what is. The truth was that you didn't have the money to pay for the wedding, yet you still made plans for it, right? But not having a wedding isn't benefiting of us when we're a couple who was about to find long-lasting happiness. Besides, I was counting on the money I would receive from the wedding gifts. It's not my fault. It's everyone else's fault for not coming to my wedding and giving me money. But have you even thought about why almost nobody came to your wedding? How should I know that? Tell me, why is it that no one came then? Isn't it because you loved stealing other women's boyfriends? You stole boyfriends from several of your friends, right? Not only that, but this time you stole your own sister's fiancé. It's the same with Giorgio. We had a lot of mutual acquaintances, and so most of those cut ties with him when they found out about what he did. Not only that, but apparently he told his friends that got mad at him for cheating on me that you're just jealous because I'm popular with young women while you're not. Which obviously didn't help the situation. Seriously, why did I ever get engaged with an idiot like him? What made you think anyone wanted to celebrate your wedding? But everyone said that they would come in the reply to the invitation. Oh, so did they all cancel at the last moment or something? That is a bit strange, I guess, but I guess they were all just trying to bully you or something. I mean, you do have a lot of enemies, right? I guess that's none of my business, though. Just make sure to pay me that alimony, all right? It's already past the due date, so I'm going to hire a lawyer to handle this from now on. Oh, and I'm not considering lowering the amount even by a cent. I kindly ask for your cooperation. Bye then. But, Sophia! I was a bit curious as to whether the people Rosella invited and replied saying that they would come to the wedding actually planned a mass last-minute cancellation, but apparently that was actually what happened. The first set of wedding invitations came back mostly with replies that they wouldn't come. It seems that Giorgio gave up at this, but Rosella was a bit more stubborn and invited basically everyone she knew, including former classmates from elementary school. That's how some people who had a grudge against my sister in our hometown found out about her wedding. And so apparently they planned that they would all reply saying that they'd come, but cancel at the last minute. Anyways, this and that happened, and in the end, Giorgio and Rosella could no longer pay for the alimony I was asking of them. This time, they sold Rosella's brand clothes and bags and stuff, and even sold her car. Even that wasn't enough, so they had to take on a loan to somehow gather the 30,000 euros that they needed. The day after they finally paid off the alimony they owed me, the two got divorced. That didn't change the fact that they were still in debt, so now the two of them live their separate lives of poverty, working all day, every day to pay off their loans.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.